Sit down, please.
ماس پلیس رو اجازه میگیریم ماس فقط می‌خواستیم ما باید نزدیک باشیم که برای دعوای خود کار کنیم با ما
by placing a bomb inside his office at the Ministry of Education. Their orders from Hekmatyar and bin Laden were to kill all leaders of the Jamiat party, starting with Yunus Khanani, then Marshal Fahim, then Wali Massoud, ambassador to England, and then Massoud Khalili, ambassador to Delhi, India. After that, their second orders were to kill further members of the Jamiat party and corps commanders such as General Atta Muhammad, General Dawood, General Glider, and General Lodin. The two men that you see across from us right now twice attempted to kill General Fahim, and at one time detonated a remote bomb that barely missed General Lodin in Logar.
Jack, who are you working for, man?
We were working for the U.S. Counter-Terrorist Group and working with the Pentagon and some other federal agencies.
You were working with U.S. knowledge, with U.S. government knowledge?
We were in touch with the Pentagon sometimes 5 times a day at the highest level, every day.
They've denied that. They've denied you completely.
Well, we're prepared to show emails and correspondence and tape-recorded conversations that show that's not true.
Why did the coalition put out that email denying any knowledge, denying that you had any links to U.S. military, U.S. government?
We do not know why that is, but we do know that some of the guys we took were extremely high-level terrorists. As an example, on the document...
You say you had contact, were you not rebuffed by them? Did they actually condone in any way what you were doing?
We'd already turned over prisoners to Bagram on other occasions.
Can you give details about that?
Who are the officials you were
Who are these prisoners
In May, we captured the chief of Taliban intelligence in Jalalabad. We turned him over to Task Force 180 and Task Force 176.
How do you feel about being sort of let go by the Americans?
You can't use that quote.
Well, there you go. That's the quote, my dear. We, several things that, as an example, when we turned over the first guy in May, he was Chief of Taliban Intelligence Department 5. He was involved in terrorism, subversion, and sabotage, and directly in charge of bombings. That individual, on his possession, had 2 things. One was a phone book that had numbers of ISI agents in it that were supporting him with both money and funds. Another one was the direct sat phone number to Mullah Kabir, who was working with Hekmatyar and bin Laden, and the third thing he had was a signed letter from Mullah Omar.
Jack, you've been called a renegade and a sort of, how do you react to that?
The man you see directly across from me is a guy named Ghulam Saki. In February, we notified the FBI, the C.I.A., and the Department of Defense that Ghulam Saki had intended to take 12 taxi cabs and bomb various U.S. bases and ISAF bases. We gave them identities of where he was. We told them how to locate him. We told them that he was in contact with his brother, Mohammed RF. His brother, Mohammed RF, was at Guantanamo Bay. His brother sent a Red Cross letter. The Red Cross letter was a coded message to get in touch with other al-Qaeda terrorists that were involved in bombing. We notified him of that. Then after that, what happened was we kept telling him where he was, how to find him. They did nothing. So with the knowledge of the Department of Defense and the FBI, Counter-Terrorist Watch Command, we notified them that we were going to come in country, work with the Northern Alliance, and attempt to capture Gunsaki.
Are there other counter-terrorist forces out there like you?
Yes.
And why haven't they been sort of turned in?
Well, we told everybody where we were. In fact, Yunus Kanuni's brother was on the way to meet us at a meeting, so the government was well aware where we were. Our other safe houses we haven't told anybody about.
How long have you been here involved in this mission, and who else was with you on this? Because this is only 3 of you here.
He was not involved. He was a guy that came along to write a story, sort of like an embedded journalist, embedded to the deepest sense. Brent was with me on the mission, and then we had other people.
And those people have escaped?
I'm not going to say anything about whether or not there are other people or not.
So you were refusing to say whether or not the American authorities in any way condoned or supported what you did?
The American authorities absolutely condoned what we did. They absolutely supported what we did. We have extensive evidence to that.
You say your officials at the highest level. Can you name some?
Yes, as an example. Hold on a second. As an example, we were in contact directly by fax and email and phone with Donald Rumsfeld's office, with the Deputy Secretary of Defense for Intelligence, and with Heather Anderson, 4-star flag officer level at the Pentagon. Ms. Anderson, in fact, applauded our efforts and told us in phone conversations that, in fact, they wanted to place us under contract. We did not want to go under contract because that meant we couldn't work with the assets of Northern Alliance people that we were working with.
And you have recordings of proof?
Yes, we do.